So, in atomic structure, in last lecture we have discussed about the numerical, the derivations of de Broglie wave equation and the relation related with it. According to de Broglie wave equation, lambda is equal to h by p, or lambda is equal to h by mv, where lambda is the wavelength, h is Planck's constant, p is the momentum, h is Planck's constant, m is mass of the particle, and v is the velocity. Next relation was relationship between wavelength and kinetic energy, and according to that, lambda is equal to h upon root 2 me, where h is Planck's constant, m is the mass of the particle, and E is the kinetic energy. E is the kinetic energy. And one more thing we have derived, angular momentum mvr was is equal to m into h upon 2 pi, where m is the cell number and rest thing I have explained. And one thing more, the kinetic energy is equal to charge of the electron into potential difference. Charge of the electron into potential difference. Now today we are going to discuss numericals and Heisenberg uncertainty principle. The first numerical is, what is the momentum of a particle having wavelength, momentum of a particle having wavelength 10 angstrom, having wavelength 10 angstrom. Here applying formula, lambda is equal to h by p. Lambda is given, that is 10 angstrom. It means 10 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter. That comes out to be 10 to the power minus 9 meter. P we need to find. H is Planck's constant, value is 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second. Putting this value here, P will be equal to h by lambda, and that should be equal to 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 over 10 to the power minus 9, and that comes out to be 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 25 kilogram meter per second. Kilogram meter per second. Next numerical, what is the wavelength of a particle? What is the wavelength of a particle? Wavelength of a particle having mass 150 gram and velocity 100 meter per second. Velocity 100 meter per second. So we can apply the formula, lambda is equal to h upon mv. H is 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second. Mass is in grams, so first of all we have to convert it into kilogram. 150 gram means that comes out to be 0.15 kilogram, and velocity is given, that is in meter per second, that is 100 meter per second. Putting this value here, we will get lambda is equal to h 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34, mass is 0.15 into velocity is 100, and that comes out to be 6.626 into 10 is to power minus 34 over 15, and that comes out to be 16 for the 15 for the 60, 62.4, then it comes out to be 26, 1, then 7 into 10 is to power minus 35 meter. This should be our wavelength. Next, numerical maybe what is the ratio of wavelength of an electron and proton? What is ratio of wavelength of electron and proton if they are moving with same velocity? If they are moving with same velocity, here we can apply the relation lambda 1 by lambda 2, that is equal to m2 v2 over m1 v1. So we have to find out the ratio of wavelength of electron lambda e over lambda p, that should be equal to mass of proton into velocity of proton upon mass of electron into velocity of electron, and as velocity of both are same, so it will be cancelled out, and mass of proton in comparison to mass of electron is 1837 times. So our answer will be 1837 each to 1. That should be ratio of wavelength of electron and proton if they are moving with same velocity. Next numerical I am taking. What is the wavelength? What is the wavelength of a particle with mass 1.6 kilogram and having kinetic energy 8 into 10 is to power minus 18 meter. Sorry, 8 into 10 is to power minus 18 joule. So here we can apply the relation lambda is equal to h upon root of 2me, where E is the kinetic energy, h is Planck's constant, m is the mass. So h value is 6.626 into 10 raised to power minus 34, and mass of particle is 1.6, and the kinetic energy is 8 into 10 raised to power minus 19, I can take it, 10 raised to power minus 19, 10 raised to power minus 19. So on simplification we will get 6.626 into 10 raised to power minus 34 upon 2 into 16 into 8 into 10 raised to power minus 20, and that comes out to be 6.626 over 16 into 10 raised to power minus 24, and on division by 16 we will get 16 for the 64, 2 is the remainder, 22, 16 1 the 16 into that comes out to be 6, 4.14 into 10 is to power minus 25 meter. This should be our wavelength. Next numerical I am taking. What is the kinetic energy and wavelength of an electron which is accelerated with a potential difference of 1000 volt? I am repeating the question. What is the kinetic energy? What is kinetic energy and wavelength of an electron accelerated with potential difference 1000 volt. Accelerated with potential difference 1000 volt. So first of all we have to find out the kinetic energy, and we know kinetic energy will be equal to charge of electron into potential difference. Charge of electron into potential difference, and charge of an electron is 1.606 into 10 is to power minus 19, and potential difference is 1000, so it comes out to be 1.606 into 10 is to power minus 16 joule. 10 is to power minus 16 joule, and mass of electron is 9.1 into 10 is to power minus 31 kilogram. 9.1 into 10 is to power minus 31 kilogram. Now putting these values in relation, lambda is equal to h upon root of 2me. H is given to us, that is 6.626 into 10 is to power minus 34. Mass is given to us, that is 2 into 9.1 into 10 is to power minus 31, and charge of electron is given, that is 1.606. Kinetic energy 1.606 into 10 to the power minus 16. On simplification we will get 6.626 over root of 291 into 10 is to the power minus 34 plus 10 is to the power plus 24, that comes out to be 6.626 over 17.1 into 10 is to the power minus 10, and that comes out to be 17 3 is 51, 152, 3.89 into 10 is to the power minus 10 meter. That is the approximate value. I hope you understand the numericals of de Broglie wave equation. It is very important one, and numericals may be given in your books. You have to do more practice and you can ask your doubts. Now, very important question is asked in your exams. What is the significance of de Broglie wave equation in our daily life? What is the significance of de Broglie wave equation in our daily life? So, as I have mentioned, de Broglie wave equation is true only for microscopic particle. De Broglie wave equation is true only for microscopic particle, but in our daily life we come across the macroscopic particle. Hence, the de Broglie wave equation is not applied in our daily life, or it has no application in our daily life. Now, question may be asked in your exams: why de Broglie wave equation is not applied to a moving car? Why a de Broglie wave equation is not applied to a moving car? The reason is simple one. As the mass of the car is very large, so its momentum will be very high, so the wave character will be very less. So the wave character will be very less, hence the de Broglie wave equation is not applied in our daily life. Now, numericals may be there regarding whether this is having a wave character or not. For that we have to find out the momentum of that body. If momentum has larger value, then wave length will be very less, so wave character will be very less, hence de Broglie wave equation wouldn't be applied for that object. Now, next important topic I am going to discuss, that is Heisenberg uncertainty principle. It is also a very significant topic. Heisenberg uncertainty principle, as name is suggesting, it states that for a microscopic particle, the position and momentum can never be measured accurately and simultaneously. I am repeating, the position and momentum of a microscopic particle can never be measured accurately and simultaneously. Mathematically, I may write it like this: delta x into delta p, that is greater than equal to h upon 4 pi. Delta x into m into delta p is greater than equal to h upon 4 pi, where delta x is the uncertainty in position. Delta x is the uncertainty in position of the body or the particle. Delta p is the uncertainty in momentum. And according to classical theory, we know mass remains constant. So this equation can be modified in this way: delta x into m delta v is greater than equal to h upon 4 pi. Delta x into m delta v is greater than equal to h upon 4 pi. H upon 4 pi. Where delta x is the uncertainty in position, m is the mass of the particle, delta v is the uncertainty in velocity, h is Planck's constant, pi is the mathematical constant, and value of h upon 4 pi we can take it like 5.27 into 10 is to power minus 30. 5.27 into 10 is to power minus 35. Its magnitude is this. Now we can do the numericals on basis of this. And first of all, I will explain why the position and momentum of a microscopic particle cannot be measured accurately and simultaneously. For that, let's suppose a microscopic particle is moving over a circular path, and to see this object we have to use light or photon. And then the photon will strike on that object, microscopic particle. Its position will change as well as its momentum. Its position or momentum both will change. Hence, if we are accurately measuring the position, then momentum cannot be measured. Similarly, if we are measuring momentum accurately, then position cannot be measured accurately. Now, we have to take numericals on this. That is a very important topic for our objective exams. First question is there: what is the uncertainty in momentum? Uncertainty in momentum of a particle. Uncertainty in momentum of a particle if uncertainty in position is 10 angstrom. Uncertainty in position is 10 angstrom. So putting back this value here, delta x into m delta v or delta p equal to h upon 4 pi. Delta x is 10 into 10 is to power minus 10 in meter. Delta p we need to find, and h upon 4 pi I have mentioned value should be 5.27 into 10 is to power minus 35. So delta P comes out to be 5.27 into 10 is to power minus 26, and unit will be kilogram meter per second. 5.27 into 10 is to power minus 26 kilogram meter per second. Next numerical. What is the uncertainty in position of an alpha particle? Uncertainty in position of an alpha particle if uncertainty velocity is 0.001 meter per second. 0.001 meter per second. So we can use the formula delta x into m delta v is equal to h upon 4 pi. Delta x we need to find. Mass of alpha particle will be equal to 4 into 1.66 into 10 is to power minus 27 kilogram, as mass will be 4 AMU. In kilogram it will be 4 into 1.66 into 10 is to power minus 27 kilogram. Delta V is given, that is 10 is to power minus 3, and h upon 4 pi we know, that is 5.27 into 10 is to power minus 35. Putting these values here, we will get delta x is equal to 5.27 into 10 is to power minus 35 over 4 into 1.66 into 10 is to power minus 27 into 10 is to power minus 3. So that comes out to be 5.27 over 4 into 1.66 into 10 is to power minus 5. On dividing it, we will get 1.3175 over 1.66 into 10 is to power minus 5, and that comes out to be 8.2 into 10 is to power minus 6 meter. Approximate value is this one. Next one is very important numerical on the basis of this, and that is generally asked in your exams, UT and your competitive exam too. Question can be asked in two ways. The first one is, how can you prove that the electron can never exist in the nucleus? How can you prove it? The electron can never exist in nucleus. And the second question might be, or it can also be asked, what is the uncertainty in velocity of electron when it exists in the nucleus? Very important question. I am repeating it again. How can you prove that the electron can never exist in the nucleus? Or what is the uncertainty in velocity of an electron when it exists in the atomic nucleus? Now we can apply the relation delta x into m delta v, that is equal to h upon 4 pi. Delta x is given, that is order of nuclear size, and we know order of nuclear size is 10 to the power minus 15 meter. M, we know mass of electron, that will be 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kilogram. Delta V we need to find. H upon 4 pi we know, that is 5.27 into 10 is to power minus 35. Putting these values in this lesson, we will get delta V is equal to 5.27 into 10 is to power minus 35 over 9.1 into 10 is to power minus 31 into 10 is to power minus 15. And that value comes out to be 5.77 into 10 is to power 10 meter per second. 5.77 into 10 is to power 10 meter per second, and which is very great than velocity of light, which is very high than velocity of light. Earlier I have mentioned, according to theory of relativity, no particle can travel with velocity of light. No material particle can travel with velocity of light. Only photon can travel because their rest mass is 0. Hence, the electron can never exist in the nucleus. If the electron will exist in the nucleus, then its velocity should be greater than velocity of light. Should be greater than velocity of light, which is never possible. So the electron can never exist in the nucleus. Now we have to discuss about the significance of Heisenberg uncertainty principle in our daily life. Significance of Heisenberg uncertainty principle in our daily life. As I have mentioned, Heisenberg uncertainty principle is true only for microscopic particle. Heisenberg uncertainty principle is true only for microscopic particle. Hence, it has no significance in our daily life. It has no significance in our daily life. I hope you understand today's topic. That is very important for your objective exams as well as your future studies also. So stay studied, safe, and tomorrow we will discuss about a more important topic, quantum mechanical model or Schrödinger wave equation. Till then, thank you.